Hello everyone, John Marshall, the DrillMaster. I have a solo critique request here. So, this is going to be, it's probably going to sound harsh, all right, as I go through this. But I need to explain as I go through. I've already seen it once, and I was talking with the one who sent this in about the performance and why it is at the level it is. So just bear with me as we go through this, okay? So right there, just the first 6 seconds tells me quite a bit. So I'm going to go back. So let's see here. Right hand slid up and the rifle brought back. The rifle just kind of motioned back to attention. Nothing really sets this apart. And then a launch up to port and then coming to present. All right, so what does this tell me? This tells me that the vocabulary of the driller, at least so far, now this is only 6 seconds, and I've already seen the video, tells me that the vocabulary is limited and that the driller is not as confident as he could be giving this performance. Maybe this is his first time being in front of an audience, and nerves might be showing. So this is in Utah. You have to request permission to enter, then you have to report in, then you have to report out. I'm not a big fan of doing all this. A report in and report out, fine. Requesting permission to enter, that's more of a West Coast type thing. I had to do it when I was a cadet growing up in Arizona. Californians have to do it. So I'm not, like I said, not a big fan. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right, then see, it's just a present arms. So there's not a lot of imagination going on here. There wasn't really much of an opening statement at all. So, and I'll put down below in the comments or in the text section below the video here a link to the 7 parts of an exhibition drill routine. I've divided up an exhibition drill routine into 7 parts, and the first part is an opening statement, and then the lead up to the report in. Now, here we'd have to have an 8th part, which is the requesting permission to enter, which is fine. You can just slip that in there, not a big deal. But so far, see, taking a whole routine, it's a 2 minutes of or less of just this massive amount of what am I going to do. It's there's so much to put in there, and really there is a lot to put in there, even though it's just a matter of seconds. There's still quite a bit to put in there. And so what we have to do then is break it down into bite-sized chunks. We don't take a whole pizza and shove the whole thing in our mouth and try to eat it that way. We take a slice and then we take bites of a slice. And so let's take a slice and then take bites of it. So the first slice is the opening statement. Now, what are we going to do for the opening statement that's going to draw the attention of the audience? Okay, maybe we can do this, and then, all right, then I'll render a regular salute, or maybe I'll be inventive and creative and render some other kind of salute. I'll request permission to enter. Okay, so that's 2 slices of the pizza taken care of. Now the third slice is going to be here, starting with the the work up into reporting in. And right here, everybody can walk at port or march. Everybody can. So how is this tomorrow? Well, it depends on when you watch this. I'll put a link into my next oh no, that's so there's another video that I created. It's performance levels. So we have a performance level of an expectation of this is exhibition drill, so there's an expectation of working with the rifle somehow, and marching at port brings that level down to the very bottom, the very basic. Now you launch the rifle up to a single count port, what I call colonial port, and then you did a nice y-axis spin there, or no, z-axis spin, and then but then you marched at port. So how is this generating momentum for your performance? How is this creating entertainment value? Now that was an interesting switch up. You manipulated the rifle on the plane that is in front of you and then immediately switched to beside you. Nice job. That really worked well. Not a usual transition. But you can see here, especially right here, there, with how the left hand is just kind of hanging out in space, ready to grab the rifle. He's very unsure of what he's doing. And he's trying new things. And this is great. This is fine. Everybody can march at right shoulder and perform a flanking movement and a to the rear. Okay, so now we've got a little bit of rifle work. So now here's the report in. So it's a stop, start, marching a little bit, performing a little bit, marching a little bit more, performing a little bit. The layered responsibilities, the multiple responsibilities just aren't there. I don't think the driller has the abilities yet. Now remember, I know this is sounding harsh, but I don't think the driller has the abilities yet to layer more responsibilities on himself. Now there's that was a great left-handed spin to the side there. It's really a good job. Little bit of a fault there, so you can see there's some unsureness and a lack of vocabulary. So you can see a lot of repetition, which is fine when when people start to spin a rifle. There's always repetition, always a little unsureness. Now look, the right hand just kind of hanging there like a fish. So that's good. Great single-handed spin there. It worked well. Now, what would have been more effective is not standing. It would have been marching. Marching forward would be fine. Marching backward, even a little more difficult. So the exposure to error as well is not there because the driller is relatively new to spinning a rifle. Can do a couple of things here and there. Adam Jupe's Drill Dojo. You should check that out. I think it's thedrilldojo.com, something like that. It's geared specifically for solo exhibition drillers, and he goes through. It's a brilliant system. He has the colored slings, and you work your way up to the black belt, the black sling, and there's requirements all throughout the system. I don't know exactly what it's all about, but that's the gist of it, and performance at a very basic level gets you a certain belt, and then another belt, and another belt, and there's just very basic things to begin with, and it gets into, I would think, more advanced, obviously. But one of the biggest things that solo exhibition drillers have, the biggest problem, especially when they start out, is transitions. They don't know how to transition from one move to another move. And I don't know if Adam's Drill Dojo concentrates at all on that. Probably in the later, the higher level belts, I would think. But transitions from one move to another. You learn this move, then you learn that move, but how on earth do you put them together? Well, you have to be creative, and you also have to work with the rifle a lot to get really comfortable with it. Once you get more comfortable with it, this is why in basic training and boot camp, at least decades ago, you were issued your rifle and you slept with it, you showered with it, you did everything with it. Exercised with it, you got used to having that rifle with you. It became part of you, pretty much. It's the same thing here. You need to work with your rifle to be comfortable in spinning it. See, there's a lot of unsuredness here that is communicated. So one of the things that I definitely appreciate is the report in, or the request to enter, the report in and the report out are different. And that's great. Still tons of repetition, but that there's an application here of some very basic principles. And that's okay. So, there you have it. A solo exhibition routine that is novice class and box 2, most likely. And if you don't know what that is, go to my adjudication training playlist and watch that. I explain open class, concentrate on open class, but novice class has the ability to give beginning drillers the educational process of looking at a performance and then telling them the what and the how. And so anyway, the biggest takeaway from this is work with your rifle more, a lot more. You're going to have to get more comfortable with it. If you want to, it doesn't matter if you want to pursue this with a lifelong goal of spinning when you're in your 80s. That's not the point. The point is to improve and understand the application of your principles that you learn spinning the rifle on the drill pad. So bigger awareness of your rifle, and then also experiment. Not only get used to your rifle, but get used to your rifle doing different things, and that's going to help you quite a bit. It's just a matter of time. So anyway, thank you.